Wrong Turn 2021.
And this is not your inbred hillbilly wrong turn at all.
No, I'll be honest. I've never seen the original, so shoot me.
So the only thing that is similar in these, and should we do a spoiler free or should we just ruin it?
Oh well, hold on. Before
We can.
Mike P. Nelson, director Mike P. Nelson, writer Alan B. McElroy, um, starring Charlotte Vega, Aidan Bradley, Bill Sage.
I got the paper from Lionsgate here. They said.
This movie is about friends hiking the Appalachian Trail are confronted by the Foundation, community of people who have lived in the mountains for hundreds of years. This is a fucked up movie.
Oh yeah.
So it starts out with and they don't even. Here's one thing, like a little what's a hidden gem or trivia fact. They don't even have a beginning credits. It just starts the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't even say wrong turn. They don't say wrong turn until the end. Actually, I seen that on the IMDb thing, and I was like, oh yeah, that's true. But it starts out where a father is looking for his daughter, and he's looking and he goes to a couple places, but then it goes back 6 weeks earlier of what actually happened. And these kids from New York.
This is also one of those movies that I consider a woke movie.
Yes, very woke. And well, it's an inclusive movie, like, and that's just how it's going to be from now on.
Yeah,
like you, and this, I'm not trying to be political, but you got an interracial couple, and you got and they're all like, what's the word? College.
college kids or.
Oh, I can't think of the word. I don't know why I can't think of the word right now. But they've all, went to school, college, and graduated in.
As they would be called in the movie, yuppies or yuppity or some shit like that. I think.
Yeah. Gosh dang, why can't I think of the actual name? Probably because it's drink. But anyway, they're well educated, to say that, and one of them has a nonprofit, and then you got the two guys that are, two boyfriends that are a couple, but they go to this small town, and I just don't understand, like, why you would go to a dive bar, like the local bar, when you're in a town that's who they think are racist. Let's just say.
They're really not, are they?
No,
I think the way they say it, they could care less what they're like.
Well, no, that's the foundation, right?
Oh yeah. You're right.
They come in there with the wrong attitude, is what it is. They think that these people are backwoods and that they are racist. Like the one guy just automatically thinks that everyone there is racist. They automatically thinks that everyone's homophobic. You know what I'm saying? And that's what this movie wants you to think.
Yeah.
So we just ruined the whole movie. You better go watch it. I should have said spoiler. But they want you to think that these people are a certain way. Yeah. Because that's the way that the characters in the movie think. Because they're from the city. They're from big cities, they've only lived in big cities. They've never really been to a small country town, I guess you would say. And the stereotype is that every country town, everyone's a bunch of racists. They're homophobic. They're conservative. They hate they don't like the ways that the city slickers are.
Yeah.
And they go into this bar, and the guy says, it's like, well, we can guide you through there, and it makes you think, oh, these guys are going to kill him.
Yeah.
And
sure.
And just, I mean, there's really no way. It's all going to be spoiled.
Yeah, well, they get into some damn Or they get into a gas station and the woman tells them to make sure to stay on the path because they're going to be hiking. And fucking, what do?
Yeah, that's the woman at the. It's not a gas station. That's the woman at the.
Oh yeah. The
breakfast.
little Airbnb or something.
Yeah, the little. Well, I think it's just a bed and breakfast, like
Yeah,
the rain or something.
but yeah, she makes sure to warn them that don't go off the path.
Yeah.
Well,
Then,
of course, they want to go off the path.
They took a wrong turn off the path. That's what they did.
Yeah, one thing about this movie, the only thing this movie shares with the original is the name, and the writer of the movie, and that's it.
Yeah, because what it is the Foundation is a group of people.
Kind of like The Village. It's a group of people that don't want to be involved in the world no more.
Exactly.
Because they think the world is just complete shit, which they're not wrong. But
yeah,
but yeah.
They're the foundation on which a new nation would be built.
So they have their own laws and everything, right?
Yeah, and what it was is they could see the fall of America. So 12 families, a dozen families, went up into the hills and created their own community that's self-sustaining. They hunt. They got their own language, clean water. They don't have disease in their family or in their community. They take care of each other, and everyone works, and everyone abides by their laws.
If this really happened, if this is, which I'm sure there is actually people like this or groups, the government, of course, is going to want to come in because they're not being governed, and they, of course, shit. I don't need to get into that, but anyways, they almost look
automatically come in. I mean,
they almost look at it as, oh yeah. So, well, I'm sure that they probably do that so they can keep it, but what was I going with that? Almost like a cult.
Yeah.
When I'm watching this movie, after you see the Foundation, you realize that it pretty much is a cult. Yeah, there's a leader, of course, and like any of them. So yeah, the Foundation is a cult.
Yeah, and what it is when America falls and the country, Armageddon happens. Sorry, my cat meow. They're going to set up shop and repopulate or take back over, whatever. Yeah. But they go off the trail and when the log falls, you know what I'm saying? When they go off trail looking for like an old Civil War fort.
Yeah.
That Darius wants to find. But they're walking and they're lost, and they think they see someone. The classic, and a lot of this has a lot of tropes. You know what I'm saying, like old tropes, whatever. But a tree just comes flying down the freaking side of the hill. How is that not pushed?
True.
And dude's face just gets crushed.
His whole body gets crushed.
Yeah, like and it's Gary and his boyfriend is just I couldn't imagine just sitting there looking at him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, his face is all. Oh man, it's.
Yeah, and Luis is his boyfriend, and he's just there looking at him, and I'm just like, there's no way that I would sit there and look at the one that I loved, and just see their face. Just like you could never be able to get that out of your mind, And what happens to Luis later on? Just Jesus. The Foundation is fucked up, man. I just don't see how they're all fucking high and mighty and righteous, but yet I don't know.
They don't like no one going against their beliefs and stuff.
But my thing is their reasoning on things, they're even worse than what society is.
That's what it seems like.
Outsiders, because they find so they go camp, and then here's one thing. We'll get back on the actual track of this movie. They're walking. The next thing you know, it's just pouring down rain. It's like, why wouldn't you didn't look at the fucking weather before you went hike part of the Appalachian Trail? Like you're just doing it for a weekend. You didn't go look at the weather to see that it's going to fucking rain. Like no one does that. You know what I'm saying? You don't go
Yeah.
on the weekend that it's just going to pour down. Anyway, that was one thing. But they camp out and all their phones are stolen. Makes no fucking sense. Somebody
Yeah.
gets into the fucking tent. It makes no. It's pouring down rain. You just seen one of your best friends smashed, and you sleep so good, and it's thunder and lightning outside. You sleep so good in a fucking tent that someone sneaks into your tent and goes through all your bags and steals your fucking phones. What?
Yeah.
That was pretty stupid. I mean, I know you got to get rid of their cell phone somehow, but wouldn't it make more sense when they rolled down the hill running from that log that wasn't even that steep of a hill or didn't look like it when they were walking it?
That their phones
That
might have got broke or fell out.
yeah, and lost.
Yeah.
Like that would have made 100% more sense. Maybe not 100%, but just I don't know. Maybe that's nitpicky.
But yeah, it goes downhill from there. They see a little girl that's from the thing, and of course the
Yeah.
guy, he's all fucking angry and wants to
Yeah, because
chase.
Mila, his sister or his girlfriend, Mila, Adam's girlfriend, is just
Yeah, we're not talking about the original.
No, we're not talking about the original.
No. I was trying to make a joke.
Oh, but Mila just turns up missing, which is another kind of like eh. And then he goes running after her. Well, he gets snared into a trap, which makes you think. And see, this is everything in this movie. Spoiler is making you think that it's one thing, but it's not.
Yeah.
Supposedly not. We don't. I'm not 100% sure if that's true because they set up booby traps. So for outsiders, it's not for fucking animals. You don't. It's why a lot of it just.
That's one thing that I didn't understand is the fact that was it Mila, the one that went off. They were out screaming for her and looking for her, but yet they couldn't find her.
Yeah,
she didn't hear them and nothing.
Well,
but then she just pops up.
Yeah, so dude Adam gets snared and dragged into a hole, and then next thing you know, they find a barn with all these fucking hikers' backpacks and tools and cell phones and what was the BlackBerry? They had a BlackBerry there, old cell phones, old cameras. Like this shit's been going on for decades. You know what I'm saying? And so they think, these people are killing people out in the woods, and they see their friend being hauled, like, tied up to a pole, feet and legs tied up to a pole, and they're carrying him. Two guys have got him like a freaking dead animal.
Yeah, it looked like he's about to be roasted over a fire or something.
Yeah, like that, and got a hood on his head, which, and they go run out there. Darius runs out there with look like a hiking axe, but tells them to drop him. Let him go, and they drop him, and they can't speak English. They speak. Whoa, Tucker, stop! God damn, dude, go on. That shit. Fucking pulled the damn wire. Fucking. Good God. Anyway, sorry. Tucker fucking fucked me up right there. But
that kind of will get brought up again when because there'd be an investigation in the movie. And all that. Yeah,
and they drop him, and then next thing you know, they're arguing with him, and dude fucking Adam hops up with the log, finds a log, and bashes the living shit out of one of them dudes. Because they have like camo on, like leaves and shit, and skulls on their head, like animal skulls on their head, and they look like a backwoods fucking murderers, which is what this movie wants you to think.
Someone brought it up to me that those people kind of remind them of the Wendigo.
Yeah, that's exactly, yeah. I can see that. And he bashes dude's head in. I mean, just bashes it in. And then Mila just shows up.
They think, at first, they're like, fuck, is this a ghost or something?
Yeah, and she's like, what's going on? They're like, well, did you not hear us yelling? Yeah, but I could see these two guys that were dressed up in camouflage with horns on, and I hid, and I could hear you yelling, but I couldn't answer back because what if they tried to get me? And I'm just like, okay, so Mila's in on it. Somehow that's what they
Yeah.
want you to think. Mila's in on it. He was being sent out to bring people in, new blood,
Yeah.
and next thing you know, they're hiking, they're continuing to walk, they're lost. And what? Yeah, they start coming after them, and they run, and old Mila falls in a fucking hole. She's not in on it.
Yeah. The hole has them
Spikes in it.
spikes in it, and what was it? One before her boyfriend told her because he left her before
Yeah,
somewhere, and
yeah.
then
We were running down a hill. She's like, "You left me when that log was coming." He ran. He's a little bitch. He just ran off.
like that guy at Full Moon Festival when the tent about flew away.
Yeah,
But
that's
anyways,
exactly.
but but he was sitting there, and I think he thought in his head that there's all she's gonna do is slow him down,
Yep.
and she's probably gonna die anyways, is what he was thinking. So he's like, "Yeah, fuck you, bitch, bye."
Yeah, I'm gonna go get help. Well, there's nothing he could do. I mean,
Yeah, but in her mind, though, it's supposed to be her
all she's yelling,
boyfriend.
fuck you, don't." Um, but yeah. So then the dude shows up, shoots her in the head with an arrow. Uh, I and they all get caught. You know how it goes. Eventually, they all get caught. They're running through the woods and blah blah, and they get put in little holes and told to shut up. Kind of like, and it's all we've all seen this movie, like parts of this tropes and all that. I guess you'd call them
Yeah,
scenes. Like they're put in like a little cage hole in the ground, and they all come out and they lead them to trial. Bring them through town, and they bring them in. They bring them to I guess is that Venable? I guess that's his name.
oh yeah, the leader.
Yeah, no, Bill Sage. Which I guess she. Anyway, the girl, she's greeted by a woman when they open the cage. Her name's Edith, and she had bought a little bracelet off of her in town.
Yeah,
And he's the daughter. He's the daughter. She's the daughter of the leader. Which I didn't think they were allowed to go to town, but I guess they were. Some of them are allowed to go to town. Not all of them are. And they're on trial for Adam killing the one dude, bashing the
yeah.
dude's head in, and only the only person that can talk is Jen in the trials. They get pissed off because one dude gets stabbed, right? Because Louis, I think they stab him or something. They're going to because he talks out of turn or something. Yeah, they hit him. That's right. But they're on trial, and if their trial is, Adam's got to pay, and Jen has to tell the truth, what she's seen, because the brother comes in speaking whatever language that is, tells them that, oh, they were just hunting for moose and elk. He got caught in a snare trap and drug into the hole where they do that so predators can't eat the animal. They got an explanation for this, and they were only going to carry him down the mountain to safety.
But that's what I don't understand. Why they would carry him like that, and why
Yeah,
would they have to? If he was drugged, surely he could have walked.
yeah, they could have woke him up, but they said he was knocked out and hurt real bad. But he wasn't hurt real bad. Like all this
No,
is just he wasn't hurt
so
real bad, and you're actively trying to kill people with booby traps out there.
yeah,
So like it makes but they're all mightier than thou. You know what I'm saying? Like they're all high and mighty. It's their law out there, and they just see themselves as better than the real world.
mm-hmm.
And that's where he explains. Like here, no one has a disease. There's no cancer there because all their meat is pure and fresh, and their water is fresh, and they eat organic vegetables. Why would anywhere else be better? And of course, she takes up for him, said that he didn't kill her, kill him, so they all have to suffer now because she fucked up and did that.
Yeah.
But she claimed it was self-defense. You know, it was all a misunderstanding. So they get old Adam and they bash his fucking head in. I mean, eventually, you know.
Then we get what's the next one? The what's his name?
Luis,
Yeah, Luis. Did he do something or but they
he tried to run. What happened was they bashed the head in, and then they told them, "Well, your sentence is you're going to be in darkness, where you can hear no evil, speak no evil, and see no evil, because of the lie that you told." Because if she would have told the truth, I think it still would have happened. I mean, it's not going to matter. And
so they got a hot
it's fucked
poker.
up. Yeah, they got a hot poker. Luis goes running, and they throw a knife at him, stab him, get him. But and they fucking take your hot poker to the eyes, and then shove you in a fucking like cave in the ground, like in the mountain, and just let you wander around and just fucking die.
Yeah.
Yeah, become a cannibal. And I guess that's where the cannibals come in, because they start eating themselves and other people in there, I guess. But they just let you fucking just wither away, and that's what I just don't understand that.
Yeah. Maybe
Like,
he felt like them killing them was against what they do or something. Maybe I don't know.
I mean, you treat people like this, but yet you think you're better than the rest of the world.
Well,
But
but
then
then yeah.
what?
Go ahead. Oh,
Jen
go
saves
ahead.
her and Darius, and by telling them, you know, Darius can build infrastructure and keep your stuff up, and it's a problem solver, and you know, just all this stuff. You know, he runs a nonprofit and he builds and da 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 da. And she offered herself up. She could be a wife for someone. Um, and they let him live, you know. And I don't know. Of course, she becomes the wife of the leader, and then it's
Then it pops up. It goes back to her dad, right?
yeah, back to her dad, and this is a long ass fucking movie. I'm not gonna lie.
We'll kind of just go quick with the dad part. He
So the dad's
he
looking for her, and he finds her. He finds somebody that'll take him up to the mountains, but he gets the shit beat out of him first by the locals.
yeah.
And the cops don't do nothing because the locals tell him, you know, you need to get out of here. Your girl's dead, which makes you think the locals are in on it. Here's another thing. Yeah, and he finds someone, pays someone $5,000 to bring him up the mountain because they hate him too. They don't like the foundation because, well, they kill their kids around there,
Yeah.
you know. And he gets up the mountain. Well, old dude that he fucking has, him and his son, to bring him up there to the foundation. Of course, they can hit a booby trap and die.
Yeah.
But the dad keeps going, gets the pistol off of him, the revolver, and eventually he finds a town and they're just surrounding him. And he gets shot by his daughter Jen, and with an arrow. It's been like 7 weeks, and she's a fucking
A professional bow.
yeah, archer. She's a professional fucking archer now. She's a hunter extraordinaire. It's another, and they're gonna kill him, or in the morning they're gonna blind him too, and just throw him in the fucking hole.
Yeah.
But Jen breaks him out. They find Ruthie. They can't get out the gate because it's locked. They find Ruthie, or Ruthie's out there just wandering around weird. And she chose them. This way out is through that cave where everyone's blinded.
So as they're going through that cave and they see Luis, and then instead of fucking because he's physical, the only thing that's wrong with him really is his eyes.
Yeah.
All she had to do is grab him, but instead she fucking shoots him in the head.
Well, but they couldn't really grab him because how would they bring him out?
He can
You know,
walk.
yeah, but it's dark. There's no way to really get him out. You know, he's going to slow you down. You're going to get caught by them.
Well,
Every man for themselves at this time. I mean, and plus the trauma.
Yeah, that's also kind of what I thought when it happened. She's just like, there was no fucks given in that point, and she just was like, pow, done.
Yeah, I mean, and that was more humane than
letting him.
Let him just rot away in there. But he might not have been able to walk because it's been 7 weeks with no food. He had like a little piece of bread, he malnourished, fucking can't.
True.
Anyway, so they're running and they get in the woods, and then the foundation comes after them and they get out. And then the guys that from town that beat the shit out of dude, help him get out. He's like, look, explains to him, we beat you up to try to get you away from the foundation. My nephew went missing 6 years ago, and I haven't found him since. We hate the foundation.
So yeah, they was hoping that he would, just gave up, but
he didn't. And then they get out, and it's like, hell yeah, they got out, and there's still 20 minutes left in this fucking movie. It's like, Jesus Christ, man. And she accepts the job from her dad. He's a contractor, and she goes back, drops off some paperwork or whatever them scrolls, plans for the house, architecture plans for the house, and comes back.
Blueprints.
There you go. And old Venable is there, the leader, back to the house
with his daughter.
With Ruthie.
Yeah.
Claims that it's his daughter, and that they're going to buy a house, and that he's friends with Scott, her dad, and she's all inviting them to have pizza and shit for that night. And don't know. And she tells him, if you don't hurt the family, I'll go with you. And that's what happens. She goes with him. And then as you continue to watch while the credits go, she's a fucking beast. She wrecks
the RV wrecks.
Gets out, stabs a motherfucker.
Stabs two.
Yeah, well, I mean, at first she comes out that thing stabbing someone. And then, dude, the leader, he's hurt. I think she's already stabbed him in the neck or something. And he's running, and she just fucking just over and over like she did before. Special effects in this were really good. The movie was long.
Yeah,
it's too long for me. I'll be honest. I fast forward through parts of it where they're just fucking hiding in the damn forest. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all it was. Them hiding and it just. So and it just comes out with Ruthie comes up to her, like she did through the whole movie, grabs her hand, and they walk off.
And that's it.
And that's it. This movie was long for me.
I think this movie could have probably definitely been how long was it? I think it's
an hour and 52 minutes.
Yeah, they could definitely had this an hour and a half, maybe a little less. Hour and 30 minutes.
Well, I can see why it was an hour and 52 minutes because just to get everything in. You know what I'm saying? Like it kind of needed to be.
Yeah.
So, but it just felt long. It kind of, the third act kind of dragged a little bit for me. But I mean, it's not a bad movie though.
I got a feeling there'll be a wrong turn too, though. It definitely left the ending like it could be.
Well, yeah, because of the foundation. Now she killed the leader.
Yeah, and they're still there up there, so someone else is going to take over. And was her boyfriend? He stayed.
Yeah, he stayed because he said,
"What if he takes over?
These people want me here,
and that's what." And he was wanting to do something like that, anyways. Something similar, wasn't he? Kinda.
Yeah, he worked for a nonprofit, or he had one, but I think it's like he's like, these people see me.
Yeah, they know what he's about and they understand him.
And they want him to be there. He feels like he's a part of it. They appreciate him there. Unlike living in New York or wherever, you know, you're not appreciated. You're not wanted because you're one of millions, you know. You're not as important. Which I could see where someone, you know, that's like you said, as a cult. You know, you still want it. So makes sense, you know. But not a bad movie.
Definitely check it out. This is going to be a part of my review or our review. The Blu-ray is $21.99, DVD $19.99. It also has special features of deleted scenes, extended scenes, Monster Among Us, Making Wrong Turn featurette, the trailer, and feature-length audio commentary with director Mike P. Nelson.
Oh,
So-
man, that's cool.
So yeah, you can buy it wherever, stream it wherever. You know where to get it. So yeah.